Hey everyone, welcome back to Rare Gameroom Gaming. Today we're diving into the origins of Final Fantasy, the game that not only launched one of the most legendary RPG franchises, but also saved Square from bankruptcy. If you're a fan of classic games, rare gaming merchandise, and deep dives like this, be sure to hit that like button and subscribe. Now, let's rewind to 1987. Before Final Fantasy, Square was struggling. They had released a handful of games for the Famicom, NES in Japan, but none were major hits. In the mid-80s, RPGs like Dragon Quest 1986 were gaining popularity in Japan, but Square had yet to create their own. Hironobu Sakaguchi, a young designer at Square, had an idea: create a deep, story-driven RPG inspired by Dungeons & Dragons and Ultima. Fun fact, the game was almost named Fighting Fantasy, but that was already trademarked, so they went with Final Fantasy, partly because Square thought it might be their last game before shutting down. Development began in 1986 with a small team of around 7 to 10 people. Sakaguchi was the director, while Nobuo Uematsu handled the now iconic music. Koichi Ishii helped design the monsters and the world. The game introduced an innovative turn-based battle system inspired by tabletop RPGs. The ability to choose character classes, warrior, thief, black mage, etc., was revolutionary at the time. Released in Japan on December 18, 1987, for the Famicom. Despite Square's doubts, the game became a hit, selling over 400,000 copies in Japan. Nintendo brought it to North America in 1990 for the NES, capitalizing on the rising RPG trend. Final Fantasy was one of the first major JRPGs in the US, paving the way for the genre's popularity. The game introduced a deep plot featuring the 4 Warriors of Light restoring balance to the world. The ability to evolve character classes midway through the game added replayability. Nobuo Uematsu's soundtrack became legendary, with themes still used today. Challenging gameplay, the grind-heavy battles and tough bosses made victory feel rewarding. The success of Final Fantasy allowed Square to grow into an RPG powerhouse. It spawned over 15 mainline entries and countless spin-offs. The franchise evolved over the years, but many mechanics from the first game, like turn-based combat, magic systems, and epic storytelling, remain series staples. The original Final Fantasy has been re-released multiple times on systems like the PlayStation, Game Boy Advance, and mobile devices. And there you have it, the story of how Final Fantasy went, from Square's last hope to one of gaming's biggest franchises. Have you played the original NES version, or do you prefer the remakes? Let me know in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell for more rare gaming content. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.